You wanna get high?
Wanna get high? Hey.
Wanna get high?
What the man? Show the camera, bro. What people decide to donate to Trotwood Thrift. Welcome back, man. Y'all already know who it is, man. I don't gotta introduce myself. I don't know what number episode it is. Don't ask me.
Let me guess. 32.
Nah, not that far.
Damn.
It's probably like 16,
I was about to
15 or 16 around there. But first and foremost, thank y'all for showing up, showing love. Second of all, thanks to the Lonely Productions special guest. Let him introduce himself, man. I ain't really gotta say too much, you know. I'm gonna just sit back and relax, you know what I'm saying?
Self-introduction. How do I go about that? It's me.
Yeah.
For people that don't know who I am, you don't know who I am, it's crazy.
You never know, man. Wonder if Jay-Z watch this tomorrow.
Jay-Z knew who I am. I got connects like that.
My fault.
I know Jay-Z.
Let them know where we at, brother.
All right.
Where we at?
At Trotwood Thrift, the one and only 434 East Main Street, Trotwood, Ohio, 45426. Phone number 937-529-4343.
Now, before we learn about our special guest and, of course, the location of interest, like, comment, share, and subscribe on the video. That's the only way we can bring y'all more episodes, bring y'all more guests, and more vibes. We in the building, so I can't do it, so you got to do it for me. You got to get your talk high, man. Just go ahead and get a love, you know. Go ahead and do it for me.
Give him a second.
Y'all did it.
Yeah.
Now to go ahead and break the ice a little bit, go ahead and let them know who you are and where you from.
I am Quintin P from Dayton/Trotwood, Ohio. Born and raised, haven't left. I leave, but this is where I reside. 24 years old. 3-4 months, I'll be 25. I'm getting up there, bruh. That's some years.
25? Making me feel old.
25 is some years, but we moving and grooving. I guess you could say entrepreneur. That's who I am. I like to get out of the hustle category and say entrepreneur.
As you should. Now, being from where you are, representing the 9, go ahead and list off just a few things, if you can, a few lessons you've learned from being here.
Lessons I learned from living in Dayton, man. Some cool ass people here. Cannot lie about that. Cool places we call hidden gem for a reason. You got to create your own fun here, which is not always a bad thing. Some people like to go out and get the microwave fun, you know, rather than seeing something get built up and having fun, or actually doing older that's fun. Like going to the Oregon. The Oregon, it's been around for forever. Some fun stuff to do. Run clubs, all that. Dayton is what you make it. Some people be like, I hate it here. It's nothing to do here. But it's plenty of do here. A lot of opportunities. Sir. Dayton is what you make it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's simple.
Sound like you make a lot of your opportunities, sir. With that being said, how did you get into the entrepreneurship lane?
How did I get into the entrepreneurship lane? I would say it started around like I was 14 years old. You know, just basically just selling stuff. Not really thinking nothing of it, of how big of a scale I could take it, but just selling stuff, really. I still think it is very cool, but unique as in I can buy something here and then bring it to my audience or wherever I'm selling at and sell it for a profit. And that goes on any basis of anything. Shoes, the clothes, a car, a hat, any and everything. Online is the masses. I just got intrigued by it and literally just never looked back. You was one of the first people, like middle school, high school, I would say like 8th grade, moving into freshman year. Those was like huge transitional periods in my life to where it was like business-wise, growing pains as a businessman. Realize like the early stages, like you get older, you know, you want to get jobs, you want to do all this. And I had a strong support system where it was like, I never really got hounded for getting a job because I'm like, I'm gonna just sell this stuff. Basically, bro, when you're younger, if you show your parents some type of proof or documentation that like you're doing good for yourself, legally, you know, they won't hound you much. Doing that, you know, I was grabbing from Goodwill, selling it, making my couple of dollars. You know, it wasn't really nothing crazy, but it was for sure some good money at the time. You know, enough to buy me like an iPhone in high school. You know, you can buy an iPhone when you was like freshman. You was that guy for sure.
What was the first thing you flipped and you was like, yeah?
You know, it's crazy. First thing I flipped, Patagonia. It's gonna sound very alien to the audience. For the people that do know, a Patagonia jacket, puffer. This was like one of their first productions. I got lucky finding it. I don't really believe in luck, it's destiny. So my destiny to find this jacket. I think it was 60s or 70s. Like one of their first productions of a jacket that they made. It was like a Sherpa wool jacket. And I found it at Salvation Army. And I think I paid like not no more than like $10 for it. Like, and that shit sold like a couple days. 500 at the time was, boy, 500 at the time right now is crazy.
I was just
But
about to say,
I'm
man,
just
right
saying,
now.
like, back then, you know, as a
Yeah.
kid, 500, boy, it's lit. I'm cool for the rest of the month. But
Yeah.
that was like the biggest flip at that time. Then as I transitioned, which I guess we get into later, clothes wise, at that time, that was the one right there.
So I was actually gonna get in now. I'm selling drip next. The shoe game.
Shoe
Did
game, the
that
dope
branch? Nah, for real. Did that branch kind of like around the same time as fashion flipping?
I always had a thing. It sounds so cliche, but I always had a thing for fashion. I always loved clothes. I love clothes more than I like shoes. I studied the clothes. I wanted to be really a fashion dude. And I'm like, you know, what a better way to get into fashion and just actually just sell the clothes hand to hand. Not particularly have a clothing brand, but just to be somewhat in the industry. I really was getting the shoes as they came. I didn't think nothing of it. I started to really buy until like the Yeezys came around, like 350s, Turtle Dove, and stuff like that, like the OG stuff back in like 2015, 2016 when we was in high school. Yeezys was like impossible to get. So I'm like, as a reseller in general, already being labeled a reseller, they were selling for near $1,000. Damn, I'm about to try to get these Yeezys.
And we in high school too.
And we in high school, so I'm like spending that little $2 instead of me buying a little $5 shirt, flipping it for the little 20. I'm like, I'm about to try something revolutionary. I'm about to just invest the 200 and try to make the little 8.
But you took that risk.
I did take the risk. You know, life is all about risk, bro. One thing I will say, not a lot, everything is destined. So even if you think you failed, probably not even your destiny. It's just a stepping stone. Remember that. Everything is stepping stones.
For sure. Speaking of stepping stones, we in it now. I'm proud of you myself, brother. The shop.
Appreciate it.
Let's talk about it. How'd that come about?
All right. So the shop,
Yeah.
this is crazy. So granted, we gonna fast forward. Shoe reselling is done very well for me. 2 years from present day now, 2025, so 2023. Graduated, been out of high school for about like 5 years. I've never wanted a shoe store. I always talked about warehouses because I'm a big e-com guy. E-commerce, basically just online sales. Everybody shop online. Even your grandma, grandpa, they gonna figure it out. Tell you to order something for them, and it's gonna be online. I'm like, I gotta get my foot in the door for this stuff. I gotta sell more than just clothes, any and everything, anything. So I'm like, if I can just get a piece of that industry, just a small percentage of it, I'll be good. I don't want a lot, I just want enough. My brother run the idea past me, you know, how about you open a thrift store? I don't really know thrift store. You know, me and my brother in a business, we got our own business. Not only, you know, the shoe business, the clothes business, those are separate entities. Entities is basically just separate businesses in simple terms. Different names, different documentation, all separate businesses. They compound and they complement each other, but they are separate. The business me and him have, buying storage units and flipping the content out of the storage unit. The content is not actually like a video content, as just basically the product inside of the storage units. And we're doing good for ourselves. The only place to sell that type of products is marketplace and online. In person is flea market. A big stepping stone is flea market. You know, I'm there Saturday, Sundays, but it's all weather permitted. Let there be 2 weeks go by, weather is trash. We're not selling nothing in person. We're just only strictly going off online sales, which at the time it was just slow because it's like the stuff we have is bulkier items. Like we got couches, TVs, dressers. You cannot sell online. You could, but you don't want to do it. We got to figure something out rather than just getting, you know, play it by ear with the weather. It's really messing up the money. He run it by me one more time. It's like, we really should just get a store so we could sell every day of the week. It just sounded like a good idea. We was running crazy on the space we had. It's like, we didn't have no space for nothing. I think a store would be great. Boom, we're here.
Yeah.
Got the store. It grew, transitioned into something that I probably didn't even imagine. I couldn't even fathom at the time. I was thinking too small, which is crazy because I usually think overly huge. But I'm also still selling shoes. Telling people to meet me at the shop. I'm buying the shoes. My shoes that I'm selling is still at my home. So I'm like grabbing the shoes from my house and then meeting them up here at the shop. Like working totally backwards. It goes on for like months and months and months. And then my brother like, you know, you got a store. You can just keep your shoes up here. I didn't even think.
Yeah.
I didn't even think to put my own shoes in my store because like I said, it's all separate businesses. I didn't want to intertwine, but they all complement each other. You know, the thrift store that I would think and would love to go into would be a store like I have it, basically. So it's like my dream of a thrift store. The best stuff for the best prices and see Jordans and designer goods, real stuff. Like when I was younger, when I was going to the thrift, like that's
Bootleg.
crazy. Like it's
Bootleg.
fakes. out the wazoo. Nothing but fake stuff, and I pride myself on everything that I sell is 100% authentic. It really helped the community out here with the younger kids too. They come in here and they buy these outfits, you know, online. These prices nowadays is crazy. They getting this stuff for a fraction of the price. One good thing too, you buy that, you sell it back, get some type of money back off of the stuff you buying. I don't really know too many places you can go and get this type of quality of products and then bring it back, still get some money for it.
In them different rooms, having different conversations, even with your brother. What's the most important piece of advice that stuck out with you through everything so far?
It sounds so cliche, but I'm gonna say consistency. And I'm not no type of like mogul or nothing crazy. Just what my personal experiences. The secret of life is consistency. It is literally a process that paid off every single time for anybody that always said they was consistent at something. Don't really know when you're gonna be where you want to be, but just know if you work hard enough for something, eventually that shit will happen. Like, I have never met any person that worked hard at something every single day to where they looked up and was like, damn, I'm still in the same spot. If you're still in that same spot, you are not working hard enough. You gotta work hard every single day and be consistent. You're not microwave a process. That's a one thing that's gonna be around. That process, you cannot cheat it. You cannot cheat the process, for real. If you really want something that's gonna be around, you gotta create that foundation and you gotta build it up brick by brick by brick by brick.
Wise words from the businessman. Now, while we got you, 3 business tips you would give a young entrepreneur.
3 business tips.
Yeah.
Not saying consistency. All right, so business a little tricky because it go past, I would say, your day to day, because it's a different. I'm a businessman, but I'm not a businessman every single moment of my life. You know, it's times where I click it on and off. I would say professionalism. I would say that'd be number 1. Be professional as much as you can possibly. Read some books. Learn some different synonyms, y'all. Get your vocab up. Be able to talk to anybody. Be able to adapt and talk to anybody in this world. I literally can talk, and it's not trying to be cocky or anything, just being honest. I can talk to any person that walks through these doors. Don't matter what color you are, don't matter how old you are, don't matter what you look like. I can have a conversation with any single person and learn some social skills. Be social, be professional, and be uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable is a feeling of growth. If something you're doing, you're not comfortable at it, it's just alien to you. Eventually, it will be something that you're used to. Professionalism, social skills, be uncomfortable, y'all.
You got anything in the works or anything we should be looking out for?
Expansion.
Yeah.
In a small store. Really just expansion and growth and staying consistent.
Long-term or short-term goals?
Long-term goal is to have multiple different thrift stores in my way, my thrift stores. These are traditional thrift stores, but they are not traditional thrift stores at the same time. This is innovation right now. The first you've seen of something of its kind. Breaking the doors down. Next thing you know, it's going to be thousands of thrift stores wanting to sell that we selling. This is a one of a kind. Different states. I don't only want to be in Ohio. It's where I want to live because it's cheap, but I want to have different destinations. My personal favorite destinations where I enjoy shop at.
We only looking long term. Speaking of looking, please look out for another store on the way. Trotwood Thrift. If you in the area, come slide through, say what's up, show some love. So you got anybody you want to shout out?
Shout out Louis Key, man. That's all I want to shout out, man. Shout out Louis Key. Doing something great. Not a lot of people is doing this. Being consistent with it. I'm saying, this is fire right here. Shout out to Lonely Production.
Word of the day, we're one of them. Consistency. Be consistent. Also, be loyal. Show love to that like button, that subscribe button, that share button, that comment button. Only way we can bring y'all more episodes. Only way y'all can get new guests and new vibes. Appreciate y'all again. Stay high. Stay blessed. See y'all on the next episode, man. Appreciate you again for coming through, brother, man. Trotwood Thrift, man. Show some love, man. Yeah.